Hi everyone, I'm Vanessa. This is Jeannie. As you know, if you're watching this means that I've sucked it up and allowed myself to film myself doing my phone interview, and I posted it onto YouTube. I'm really nervous. Today is my phone interview for the DCB Fall 2020. My interview is scheduled for 6:30. It is 6:05. Today is Tuesday, January 28th. I am freaking out. I scheduled my interview a week ago and I was perfectly fine up until an hour ago. I'm freaking out. I have my ears. I have Jeannie. I have my Goofy movie shirt. I have my notes. I'm really kind of regretting writing them on the front and the back because if I have to flip it over, I'm hoping the phone won't pick up on it. I'm shaking. I'm like on the verge of tears, and I'm shaking because I'm already anxious for other reasons, and I tried to calm myself down and I couldn't do it. And I need to. I just listen to a High School Musical song every day because it's my favorite song, hoping that it'll calm me down. It kind of did, but now I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, so you will see this whole raw footage of me on the phone doing my interview. I don't know, I'm so nervous. I've been through this before because I got accepted for spring 2018. I didn't go though, but I'm familiar with this process. But for some reason, this time around, it's like, bleh. So, okay, so I'm just gonna hang around to my interview.
This is Bradley calling from Disney. How are you?
I'm great, Bradley. How are you?
I'm doing very wonderful. Thank you for asking. I'm calling for your telephone interview. Is this still a good time?
Yes, it is. It's perfect.
Awesome. We're going to be together for roughly 15 to 20 minutes on the phone. I'm just going to be asking some questions where I can learn more about you and get a better sense of your work history. Then we're going to talk through some of the roles that you expressed interest in, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
I'm also going to hold some time towards the end of the call just in case you have any questions, okay?
Sure, that's fine.
And what made you interested in the Disney College program?
Oh gosh. I have been interested in this program since I was a sophomore in college. I actually got accepted for spring 2018, but unfortunately I had to give up my role due to financial issues. But now that I'm a senior and I'm going to be graduating soon, I really want to work for the company for both professional and personal reasons. Professionally, I want to further develop my skills that I've gained from my jobs and also school, like leadership and communication and customer service. And personally, I just really want the experience to help me, grow as a person, really get out of my comfort zone and meet new people, and most importantly, develop a sense of independence. And most importantly, I just really want to contribute to the happiness that the company provides all its guests, and I just think it's really a really cool program.
Awesome. And you are a senior at the University of Massachusetts in Boston, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And are you in the final semester right now?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I know that's an exciting but stressful time.
Yeah.
And are you a domestic or an international student?
I'm domestic.
Okay. And as you may be aware from your past experience interviewing or visits to the park, all of our roles require you to wear a costume and comply with the Disney look. Are you still familiar with those guidelines?
Yes, I'm familiar with them.
And are you receptive to those guidelines?
I am, yes.
And for costuming purposes, we do have some questions regarding body modifications. Please know that a failure to disclose any modification, including tattoos, could result in the cancellation of your program should an offer.
It's okay. Bless you.
Should an offer be given to you? Do you have any tattoos that would be visible outside of a tank top and mid-thigh short?
Yes, I have 2 tattoos. I have
Okay.
I have on my collarbone, I have three birds. I measured them. They're 3 inches by 1 inch. And then on my right inner wrist, I have a music tattoo. It's 4 inches by 1 inch. The one on my collarbone, if I wear a regular shirt, you can't see it. But the one on my wrist, you can see it unless I'm wearing long sleeves. But I can cover them obviously if needed, and I also have two regular earlobe piercings.
And the one on your wrist, would you be receptive just due to the size of it? You would need to wear a long sleeve option, even if there's a short sleeve option available in your area. Is that something that you would be receptive to doing?
Yes, I can do that as well.
Okay. And you are interested in the fall program, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And you're interested in the location at Walt Disney World, not Disneyland. Is that also correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And some of our roles do require that you operate a vehicle. Do you have a valid U.S. driver's license?
Yes, I do.
And in our housing, you could have up to 7 roommates and be sharing a room with someone you previously haven't met. Given that information, disagreements or stressful situations are sometimes unavoidable, whether they happen at school, work, or at home. Can you tell me of a time where you independently handled one of those situations?
Yeah, so just in general, I come from a really big family of 10 people, so I am very familiar with living in small spaces and sharing rooms. My freshman year was the only time that I shared a room with someone that wasn't in the family. We got along very well, and quite frankly, we didn't have any issues. The only issue I would say we had was just during the winter time where my roommate would keep the window open and the heater off, and because she got hot easily, and I was the complete opposite where I would have the heater on, the window closed because I get cold easily. And it was an issue because we would back and forth keep turning it on and off and whatnot. But the issue kind of resolved itself because our schedule was so busy that we never saw each other, so we didn't have time to actually sit down and talk about the issue. But I think we noticed, because of how our schedules are opposite, that whenever she would be in the room, she would, have the heater in the window to her liking, and then same with me. When I'm in the room alone, I would have it to my liking, and then before we would leave the room, we would switch it so that way one of us would come in and we wouldn't have a problem. But if we did have a time, or just in general, if I did have a conflict with a roommate, communication is definitely key. Sooner than possible. I know it's not a great idea to just hold it in. So I would definitely reach out to the roommates and maybe set up a meeting and discuss the issue. Like, hey, this is kind of a problem that's arising. Have you noticed anything? Do you have any suggestions how to fix it and whatnot?
Hey, can you tell me about the busiest day that you've ever had at work?
Yeah. The busiest day I had actually was last month on Christmas Eve. It was I did an opening shift, and when I was working at Barnes and Noble last month, and I was assigned to the cashier, and the lines built up really quickly. It was very busy for a bookstore. I was very surprised, but I was actually really excited because I love being productive and I love the fast pace and the go go go. And so I was just excited to, talk to the customers. I did, the typical scanning, exchanging the money, but I knew that the customers didn't want to be in the line for a long time. And it wasn't just me, it was me and 4 other girls. But I knew that they didn't want to be in line for a long time. So I made sure to, check them out as fast as I could, but still be very careful and efficient to make sure I wasn't making any mistakes, and to also have time to check on the customer, make sure that they found everything they needed. I offered if they needed gift wrapping, any gift receipts, if they were a member, would they like to sign up for the membership? And it was, I was very patient. They were happy with the service that I gave them. I thoroughly helped them. There was one customer who was upset because the membership she tried to give me wasn't working. It was neither one of our faults, but unfortunately she did get upset and she did leave, but I didn't let that bother me. I just kept going along with the work, and it was busy, but I loved it and I was able to manage it just fine.
And can you tell me about a time where you had to work with a really difficult guest?
Yeah, so this was also actually near Christmas, which isn't surprising. I know Christmas is very stressful for everyone. It was still at Barnes & Noble, and it was an over-the-phone call. A customer had called to check on the tracking of a book she ordered the week prior, and as I was checking it, I noticed that the status was it wasn't going to arrive in time for Christmas, and so naturally she was upset, understandably. And she told the reason why she was very upset was not just because it wasn't going to arrive, but more so because of the fact that the employee that had helped her order it told her that she would get it before Christmas. And in the computer, it shows the customer's name, but also the employee's name. And I noticed that the employee was fairly new, and so she must have just overlooked one of the small details, which is, it happens. And when I noticed that, in my head, I noticed it. I didn't tell it to the customer, but to the customer themselves, I took full responsibility for the mishap, and I kept apologizing profusely, and I tried my absolute best. I exhausted every option to try to get that book. I looked on our online store, I looked at other stores, like any way that I could get that book, I would for her. Unfortunately, it was a very specific book that had a very special shipping that there was just no way to get it to her. So the only thing that I could do is just cancel the order. And she was very upset, but she was still understanding, which was nice because she knew it wasn't my fault per se. But it was just a very difficult situation because obviously, she was promised something and then she didn't get it. And it was someone else's mistake, but I stepped up and took the responsibility for it. So yeah, that's what it just made it very difficult.
And what made you interested in the attractions role?
I think the attractions is very cool. Actually, I went to Disney back in March 2019, and the one ride that actually made me think, ooh, this would be cool if I could do it, was the Haunted Mansion. I just thought it was so cool how all the cast members were in their really creepy costumes, and they were like really playing the character of being like creepy in the Haunted Mansion. And it was just really cool. And I mean, I know the attractions throughout all the parks are different, but I think it would be very cool to be there to get the guests, hyped up before they get on the ride and get them all excited, and then be at the other end when they're getting off and being like, oh, did you like it? Did you have fun? I think it's just really cool.
And what would you do if you were working at an attraction and you discovered that a guest who just approached you as a child was not tall enough to ride? What would you do? I
would first apologize. And I heard that cast members, they have like stickers with them. So I would give them a sticker because, everyone loves stickers. And then I would let the guests know that it's for safety reasons. And depending on like the location in the park, I would recommend them another ride that's close to the area that the child could ride on.
And what made you interested in the character attendant role?
I love the characters. When I went to Disney in March, I was meeting Jasmine and Aladdin for the first time, and I was really nervous because it was my first time meeting them, and also because I don't know, I was I was 21, and so I wasn't used to like adults meeting the characters, but I know obviously now it's okay. But the character attendants, they made me feel comfortable and excited, and they helped me take my picture with them, and they were so sweet, and I just would love to be in that position, getting all the guests, no matter what age, excited, and definitely helping them with meet the characters and take the pictures and such.
And I also saw that you were interested in the character performer role. For that role, you would be required to attend an audition. Which audition were you planning on attending?
The New York City one, I believe it's in March, I saw.
Yes, it's on March 1st, actually. So have you been able to visit DisneyAuditions.com?
I tried. I was actually having difficulty looking for it on the website. I don't know if I just was looking too early, but I haven't been able to find it.
See real quick. It may be just a little. It may not have been posted on there.
Okay.
Of course, I'm not too sure. Okay. On here, if you go to Sunday, March 1st, it's at 10:30. It's listed under Disney College Program Character Performers.
Okay. I'll make a note of that.
And then you can just go on there.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, it looks like, yep, they just updated it just a couple days ago, so that makes you like it. So yeah, so all the info is on there. So that will be your interview for that part. But besides that, do you feel, based on the description and the role checklist and the roles that we discussed, that you would be able to perform the essential function of those roles with or without a reasonable accommodation?
Yes, I would.
So those are really all the questions that I have for you at this time. Let me explain what's going to happen from here. We're going to send all communication to your dashboard on the Disney Career Portal. There's not going to be any updates to that dashboard until a final decision has been made. We do make decisions continuously over the course of our season, meaning that you can hear from us really any time from tomorrow to mid-April. Should you be offered a role, you're going to get information on the acceptance process, available arrival dates, which role you were selected for, and should you be extended an offer, you're going to have 7 days from the time that you're offered to accept and pay your fees in full. Otherwise, you may forgo your invitation to participate. And now I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have about the college program.
Okay, I do have one. So I know that there are classes that are offered, but are there any that would be beneficial for post-grad participants?
It really just depends on your interest. So they are geared to an undergraduate level, and if you're not, if you graduated, obviously you may not be seeking credit for them, but some of them are really interesting. Like you were talking about Haunted Mansion, one of the potential classes is like a behind-the-scenes walkthrough of Haunted Mansion, where you learn about the imagining story of it, things like that.
Oh, wow.
So they're not all necessarily classes that you take for like 8 weeks, like you do like what you're thinking of your typical college class.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them are more like one-off experiences.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. Good to know.
Any other questions?
No, that's all the questions I have right now.
All right. Well, if you don't have any other questions, I just want to again thank you for your interest in the Disney College program. Now, if you have a magical rest of your day, okay?
Thank you so much for your time, Bradley. You too.
Have a good day. Good night.
Bye-bye. Oh my god. That did not go great at all. I won't know until I rewatch this video. If you can hear my dog barking, I'm home alone, so there's no one out there who can tell her to stop barking. And I had to bite my tongue because I wanted to yell at her to stop barking. She's still barking, and she's barking because I live on a busy street and there's people outside. I don't know, you guys. I don't feel confident. We'll see what happens. If I don't get anything in 24 hours, then I'm still okay, I think. I don't know. I'll update you guys. Oh, thanks for watching. Sorry, don't want to end on a bad note. Thanks for watching. Bye.